Yes. Like, thinking about everything, like, I know how you can fix it, but there's so many little things you have to do. Because the devs have just, like, left it to kind of fester and get worse. You can fix it. You can make this game into, like, an amazing experience for everyone, not just Swift. Mainly. You can make it, like, really, really fun for Killer, really, really fun for Solos, really, really fun for Swift. But first, there needs to be quite a few little things addressed, which I don't think ever will be. Because, I think, overall, being good as a survivor in a Swift is kind of, the power role, what people want in this game. And that's always going to be, snowballing negatively to everything else. So. It isn't just that though, there is more to it, but yeah, that is definitely a big factor, I would say. Ow, nice.
Pay for that.
Well, I caught them off guard a bit there, which is nice. Big terror radius going silent must be a bit confusing too. I didn't hear anyone, did I? No. Just doing that purple, there we go. Went back through? No, she didn't. No. Dead odds are a bit problematic too. Extending chases. Yeah. But. Swift's the big one. Actually, no, there's three big ones, and I said earlier. Swift, Gen Speed, Kill Incentive. They're the three pillars that need to be addressed. Hey. This is how you do chase music. Yeah, it's not overwhelming. Sounds quite nice. I agree. Definitely not as loud. Map sizes are important, yeah, but then them three pillars will do the biggest impact. 100%. 100%. Address them three things, you will have the biggest impact of the game. Of course, map sizes and things like that, loop design, yep. But that will come through the causality of them three big changes anyway. The devs think everything's fine because killers are going for kills and not going for many chases. And then you've also got the imbalance as well, kind of fixing things for them too, with the imbalance of matchmaking. I think if you start pushing for the hook incentive, the picture would become a lot more clear. Okay, she's got off the record. Because you have to think about today, right? That Swift we went against, for example. That Swift we went against, we actually drew. Both Swifts we drew, right? But if you actually watch the gameplay, what was it? 3 hooks, 5 gens? Something like that? And then they threw themselves at me at the end. Both times. Don't really tell you the full picture, does it? So there'll be a lot of that going on. Giving kind of like bad pictures, bad kind of data. But once again, what I'm saying right now, I've said millions of times, like I'm not giving you new information. This is just for new ears, I guess. I care too much about this game, that's why I talk about this shit. I need to stop caring, but I don't think I can. I've spent so many hours in it. And I only say it for the greater good of the game. Like, I can play it as it is right now and just not give a shit. It's just that I know that it can be in such a better place for everyone. And it's hard to not talk about that, you know? Yeah. No, 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 no. Hey. Just realised I've even hit anyone with this. Damn. Trying to force it for no reason. I don't think I've hit anyone with that. I've just been mouse one-ing them. Oops. Oh, that's unlucky. I kind of know why I haven't been using it though. This map's kind of, it's not the best place to do it. But still, it will give me some of my, my perks. Nice. Look for the vault animation, you'll always hit them. And you won't get, kind of, humiliated with the vault. What you didn't mean to do, like, you know, vaulting when they didn't vault. A little, lol moment for the survivor.
Do you actually think you can defeat me?
No one's on there, are they? Oh, they are.
Playtime is over.
Now I've said that I'm going to use their power, I'm just using it all the time. We've got a lot of people infected, that's quite nice. Yeah, the map's not amazing for Wesker, so I weren't going for many, but you still can. First I get to about to abuse Valorant because I love them. No. The way I see it is, DBD's like a good friend. Like a, you know, a childhood friend or something. And, they're getting poisoned. And everyone says that it's medicine that they're giving them. And I'm saying, no, no, it's poison. You're giving them poison. No one's listening. So I keep saying, you know, every now and again, you're poisoning them. You're going to end up killing them. Just in hopes that someone will realize and listen. That's a better analogy, I feel.
I'll see you dead.
Like, what kind of friend am I if I'm just letting, you know, someone I care for be poisoned? When I know that's what's happening, or I feel that's what's happening, right? That's why I talk about it. Or you could save... Not really. No, you wouldn't be able to. If they were getting poisoned by other people, and the majority were saying, no, it is medicine what they're getting given, then no, you've got no... You can't stop that from happening. In that reality, you will not be able to stop that from happening. If the majority were saying it's not poison, it's medicine. But until they died. And then maybe then they'd be like, okay, you were right, but then it's too late. Or they might just make an excuse to save someone else. Boom, boom. No. That's how shit works, man. Life isn't just about the truth. Life's about... I'd say the majority's validation. The majority's kind of... The majority's truth. Right? Whatever the majority's truth is. Not the real truth, not the objective truth. The majority's. This is looking like a solo. It's why we're having a nice little fun match where we're going for loads of chases and stuff. It's fun. You're not going to have this experience with your Swift. The game would already be over. The game would be over long ago. It would have been over probably about half the time. So I would have had to do way less chases. Yeah, but you get the idea. There we go. Good lunge on that. The closest thing to truth until a better truth can be demonstrated. Nah. Nah. You know, the truth doesn't even need to be demonstrated. Not really. But then, on top of that, you could have confirmation bias. Right? Where, you know, when I'm talking about these things, the perfect confirmation bias, like towards me, for example, is I'm talking about these things and you can hear I'm just talking about them like chivalry, and just relax and just, you know, saying why I'm saying what I'm saying. Someone could come in and be like, oh, complaining, why are you always complaining, right? And that's the confirmation bias. There's a confirmation from people outside of the stream that I'm complaining all the time and stuff like that. So someone could go into the stream, and when I talk about anything which could be deemed as it, then they could use confirmation bias, and through that confirmation bias, they've been validated that what they believe is correct. You see? So it doesn't really, it doesn't have to be a real truth. There's many different kind of ways you can create a validated truth which isn't actually that objective, and it's more subjective, and it's more, you know, kind of bias. It can be. That's how it works. It's interesting, but it's sad, but you know, it's why I like to be as truthful as possible with you guys and myself. But that's not really how the whole world works. We are quite cheaper. We live in a society, we do indeed, yeah. Oh, logical fallacies used loads. Straw man gets used a lot when I talk about the balance of Swift. No True Scotsman got used a lot when I was talking about the counterplay to Spirit. Ad hominems get used pretty much all the time towards me whenever I try to open any kind of conversation. Loads of logical answers. In society, whenever you don't like some truth, you call out fake news. Other people believe you. Yeah. It is what it is. Like, it's good to know. Ignorance is bliss, though. Not knowing it is more blissful. But I've always been in the mind of knowledge is power, you know. Like, it's good to have knowledge over being blissfully unaware. In my opinion. Do you reckon she has DS? Felt like she had DS. Yeah, I thought so. So she's just doing that to waste my time. So this is someone who isn't too sheepy. She understands the power of DS. She understands that this game isn't a 1v1. And her DS in there means I need to go back to these gens or they'll get done. Because that chase is way too long now. Without the DS, it was fine. But with the DS, it extends the chase massively. And she could go down once again, you know, after like 10 seconds, but she's extended the chase. Like, what would that be? I have to pick her up. So, like 5 seconds. The stun of it, 3 seconds, that's 8 seconds. On top of the chase, what were before that, which were about 20 seconds. So, now you're going on to like, you know, 30 seconds plus, and then you're going back into the chase again. So, 40, 50 seconds. Now you have to go carry her to the hook, 60 seconds. You're wasting like a minute. Overall, you know, 50 seconds, 60 seconds, which is easy enough for 2 survivors to finish 1 gen. So she isn't too sheeple, she still understands DS is easily a very, very strong perk. And yeah, she basically got away without getting hooked there. Because I had to push back. That was a nice grab. Very tight. Yeah, get it. 10 takes 45 seconds with 2 people on it, and that's not prove thyself either, yeah. Well, it takes a bit longer. It takes a bit longer, but yeah, it's pretty much around that area. With prove thyself, it's 45 seconds, I believe. Oh. Something very to swallow is the far the most perfectly balanced game, which relatively is impossible in online gaming. It's likely to be incredibly boring. The catch-22. You mean chess? I'd say chess is one of the most balanced games we have. I think a lot of people enjoy chess. I don't know if I agree with that. That a really balanced game would be boring. I think people love an equal chance of winning and skill being the determining factor. Personally. I'll definitely agree to disagree with that one. You can use quotes from other people as well, even people who have been perceived as like they are correct or whatever. I will still disagree with it. I don't agree with it. I don't just agree with like people's quotes and blah blah blah, etc. Like I'll agree if it makes sense to me. Nice. I'm waiting for the vault. See, that's the haha, got ya kind of thing that you can do on Wesker. You can do it with Demogorgon as well to an extent. 0% RNG is boring though. But RNG is created from the players. Like, let's say a fighting game, when you do a mirror match, that's completely balanced. But the match can still be interesting through the RNG of the player's actions. I don't think you can have zero RNG, so to speak. I mean, RNG is the wrong terminology, because RNG is to do with random number generator, which is AI. But, you know, the randomness of your opponent will be the variety. I think that's one reason why MK11 wasn't as interesting as it could have been. Because the creative freedom was lacking. So when you did have a mirror match, for example, what do I do here, I wonder? I think I'm just going to bloodlust it. Oh, she has a... Yeah, I can bloodlust it. Because I can use the thing if she runs over there. I think. Damn, I was hoping she was listening. And then she would think I was bloodless. Yeah, MK11 didn't have too much creative freedom, so a mirror match actually was very, very similar. That Dead Hard gave a lot of chase, didn't it? How much did that extend? That Dead Hard play? Doubled the chase-ish? There is going to be MK12, and I really hope it's like MKX. People always say chess, but not checkers. Because checkers isn't very sophisticated. It's kind of a very, very basic game. Chess is a lot more sophistication. So it's just an overall more engrossing game, I would say. That'd be like saying people always say chess, but what about Connect 4? Right? Connect 4 is quite balanced to an extent. Actually, is Connect 4 balanced? Like, someone worked out if someone always starts first, do they always win? I don't know. But yeah, chess is usually the one what comes out because it's the game of kings, isn't it? I think it was called. It's a really, really old game. It's very sophisticated. Whoever created it, very, very smart. Very smart. Creating from nothing. Very creative. And probably quite... I don't know. Yeah, I'll just say very creative. Connect 5 is different though, and they're tournament rules. We're not competitive though, right? DVD party game. We're not competitive. Meanwhile, Connect 5 has tournaments with tournament rules. I think that's one of the biggest lies people say to themselves with like humanity. Saying that we're not competitive. Right? Because I think the irony in that, because I've talked to people saying, you know, DVD isn't competitive, etc., right? And the irony in it is when you start that conversation, there's already a bit of a competition going because they want to be right. And I want to be right. Well, to an extent. I want more the objective truth. But I believe a lot of evidence points that way. So I want them to understand that I'm correct. So that's a bit competitive. Like, they want to be right, I want to be right. So the irony in someone being like, oh, you know, no, we're not that competitive, and wanting to be right about it is competitive. So they're losing the debate instantly from having the debate. It's kind of funny, right? I find that funny.